Simp. Hi. You're stood up against a plum, you wanna see? Look. That's what I'm standing you against. It's a plum. So, I'm here to talk about random bullshit with you again. You're in landscape again. How cool is that? What's the fucking... We're making tea! I know you guys hate it when I do. That's why you're not here. Is to watch me make tea. You're definitely here for something else. I know some of you want an OnlyFans. Believe me, it'll come. And then you can go there and you can watch me do the same. No, I'll probably just post pictures of my legs. Anyway. Allergy pill. I take allergy pills because I have bad allergies. What a fucking surprise. You think for a guy born in fucking summer, he wouldn't have terrible allergies in summer, but unfortunately that's not the case. And yes, I did just try to follow that. Gotten good at it. I've got one left. Unfortunately, my mom went out the other day, so I got a whole ass pack here. So we're making tea today, because I'm out of ideas for literally anything else. I just have to. So that's what we're doing. That was a noise. I just fucking slammed my elbow into that. That felt good. The reason we're making tea and I'm making this video is for the express purposes of I need to use this milk because it's I can't pull down the time. I think it's like the 17th. Is it the 18th or 19th? I don't know. But this milk expires on the 22nd. For whatever reason, the milk in this house has just been fucking going terrible the day that it expires, and it becomes like crusty and gross, and like you shouldn't drink it because you'll probably die. So I need to use more of it. That's why I'm making tea. Also, this cup, see that? This cup has a hole in the bottom. It's ceramic. It has a hole in the bottom, so when you put it in the dishwasher, water goes into that little hole, and then it stays in there. And then when you shake the cup, or if you heat the cup up, it just leaks out the bottom. It just leaks out the fucking bottom, and you hate it. You just hate it! Anyway. So, I don't have much to talk about. I want to talk about this real quick. I downloaded a mobile game. And I know what you're thinking. What did you download? Fucking one of those dating sims? And the answer is kind of. But the reason I want to talk about it is, right, so I was on YouTube and I'm browsing, and I constantly, because of the shit that I watch, which is obvious when I watch like Code Vein videos, and that game's very anime, so they're like, oh, recommending this. I constantly get ads for fucking anime games. And I got an ad for one called Yume Academy. And the thing about this game is, right, I downloaded it and I was playing it. And I was like, this game runs kind of bad. Let's check the reviews, right? So I go and I check the reviews, and it turns out this game isn't even the real game. The real game is called Girls X Girl Battle 2, right? And if you download Yume Academy and play it, the save data from this game carries over to the other game. They're the same game. Why does that happen? Is that legal? Is that a legal thing you can do? Can you just steal somebody else's game and put it on the fucking Google Play Store and it's completely fine? They should probably look into that. I mean, that can't be legal, right? There's no way that's legal. But anyway, the reason I'm playing this game is because I kept getting ads for it, and they wore me down, and now I'm playing it. And the weird thing is, it's like Final Fantasy meets Pokemon meets dating sim meets Club Penguin in a way. The reason I said, wow, my arms look really fucking skinny, dude. Look at that. I look like a fucking Eugene Cooney out here. Fucking... The reason I say this is because I'm going to plug in my charger a little bit more because my charging port sucks. The reason I say that it's like that is because you get capsules and collect girls, right? Kind of like Pokemon. You get them and you collect them and you have a lot of them and you can switch them and train them and level them up and all that shit, right? But the game, the way it works, is a lot more like Final Fantasy, where you have your party on the left side of the screen and the enemy's party's on the right side, and then each of the party members attack, like turnstile, right? But it's also like Cookie Clicker, because it's an idle game. You don't actually participate in these fights, you just kind of sit there and you watch them. And then, while you're not playing the game, so right as I'm making this video, you're earning cash, EXP juice, because I guess they couldn't think of anything else to make the EXP, it had to be juice. And you earn fucking some other thing, I can't... You just earn EXP for yourself in general, I think. Level yourself up. And it's a... But here's what I mean by the dating sim part. Now this game has a secondary function, right? So as you play the game, apparently, if you go farther, you can unlock, like, little fucking chocolate boxes. And with those chocolate boxes, you get, like, little heart shard things. And then with those, you can get gifts to give to your girls. And eventually you can marry them. So I made a vow to myself, right? I said, I will play this game. I will play it as long as it takes, but as soon as I marry the one character I'm trying to marry, I'm going to stop playing, and I'm going to just let it die out. I'm just going to forget about it. My tea's almost ready. And that'll be that. That'll be the end of it. We're running out of tea. That's the real problem here. So that's what I'm doing. I just wanted to give you guys a little update. Oh, I dropped it. So, oh, that fell in water. That fell in water on the... I'm gonna throw that out. That's not good. Rooster Teeth, I think it was Gus that brought it up, but it's like carrots, right? Okay, imagine you go... What the fuck? Imagine you go out, you go to the store, you buy a carrot. So, this carrot comes out of the ground, it grows in the ground, and then it's grown in like some part of the country that you've never been to and plucked by some guy you'll never meet. And then it's thrown on the back of a flatbed truck in open air and driven to a different place where it's processed and washed and cleaned. And then it gets sent to the supermarket where everyone else comes by and touches it. And then you come by and touch it and you buy it. And then you drop it on the ground and then it's like, oh, now it's ruined. I forgot to get the sweetener. Why didn't you remind me? That box is empty. I hear you. What? But yeah, I don't have much to say for this video. I've gotten back into Code Vein, and let me tell you something about the Code Vein Reddit. They're a little bit ungrateful. I made the 4 Horsemen and the 7 Deadly Sins. Neither of them, none of them, none of those posts got over like 10 likes. War did. War got over 10 likes. And by over, I mean she got exactly 10. I went through all this effort and all this trouble to make this shit for you people, and you don't even acknowledge my existence. But I posted a fucking McDonald's soldier a few months ago, and fucking that shit's got like 120 likes or some shit. I don't remember. It's probably less. I don't know. Ungrateful. I'm still gonna play the game and enjoy the Reddit and rape waifus, but that's besides the point. The spoon's dirty. I know what you're thinking. If that spoon was dirty, why didn't I put it in the washer? That's because this kitchen is the size of a fucking half bath, so I can't have this drawer and the washer open at the same time. Ah, fuck, I burned my fucking pan. How's it going with you guys? I want you to leave in the comments how your day is doing. I know I don't do that often. I know what you're thinking, like, how your day is doing, right? It's like the middle of the day. I woke up at 10. I didn't leave my room until right now, and it is currently 3:34. I'm having my breakfast at 3:34. Isn't that neat, huh? It's the power when you're lonely and sad. So, another thing I want to tell you guys before I go, this will be the last thing. ASMR. You know it. Maybe you listen to it yourself. I don't know what you're into. A while back, I mentioned, right, if you remember, that I was doing an ASMR experiment, and I finished that one. And the experiment, if you recall, was I was using ASMR, and I was gonna see if it helped me sleep. So I used 3 different ones. It was like Guardian Angel, Yandere Best Friend, and then like Succubus Wife, something like that, right? And the Succubus one was just a throwaway because I wanted to do 3, and that was the one that just showed up first. So that's the one I picked, right? And it didn't work at all. It didn't help me sleep. And in fact, the Guardian Angel one, despite the fact that at the end of it she says she'll give you sweet dreams, I actually ended up having a nightmare. So I was a little, I felt a little cheated on that one. So anyway, because I watched those months ago, I still to this day constantly get recommended ASMR videos. And I'm talking like normal ones, right? Where it's like your fake girlfriend comforting you. Shit like that. Shit you'd probably actually listen to. But I think they thought that, well, he's not watching these ones, but he did watch The Succubus Wife. We need to kick it up a notch. And so the first one I saw out of this new recommendation list was Bear Girl Falls For You by, I think, Theo Lucia. Shout out to their channel, I guess. Shout out to her channel. And I was like, what does that mean? What does that entail, right? And I just went past it. But I started thinking like, well, now you've piqued my interest. So I looked for it. I did a quick Google search. Hit the enter button. And I looked it up. And I gave it a listen. I was like, that was interesting. And then I went deeper down the rabbit hole. And we're in experiment number 2, right? And here's what we're doing, right? We're doing it again. And I'll come back to you guys with the results. I'm starting the experiment again. And one of the ones that I saw in this person's lineup was, I think it's called Sharing Your First Kiss with a Bunny Girl, right? And I thought to myself, how sad and lonely and pining for love do you need to be to listen to something like that? Which is exactly why I listen to it. You saw that coming a mile away, didn't you? But yeah, I listened to it. And I mean, it was soothing. It was kind of cute. I was more imagining Yuri than anything. But I was just like, why does this exist, right? Like, why? How did you come up with that? Like, at all. How did you come up with that? Like, you were sitting down and you were like, well, I want to do a first kiss thing, right? So, how would I lure people in, right? People like anime. So I'll put an anime, like, character in the picture. I'll put, I think, like an anime drawing, right? But that's not enough, right? I found a cute one, but it's of a bunny girl. So I'll just insert some, like, Zootopia-esque predator prey politics in there, and we'll go from there. And I mean, I'll give it to her. It was pretty well made. She's got a good voice. And then there was another one, and this is when we got deep down the fucking rabbit hole, boys. This is when we hit the goddamn bottom of the rabbit hole. We hit fucking Wonderland. Because there was this one, right? And by one, I mean 6. This one's a fucking 6-parter, dude. You need to watch. I recommend you go and watch the whole thing just so you can glean what I'm talking about, because I'm going to reference it again at the end when we get to the final one, right? So it's like, what's the fucking first one called? A fucking cuddling your Omega werewolf girlfriend. I was like, what the fuck does that mean, right? Like, are we dealing with like a class system? And it turns out we're dealing with a class system here. You're the alpha, right? And Omega, they're like servant. They're like bottom fucking tier. Like if top tier is like up here, bottom tier is like down here, like past the fucking bottom of the camera, right? That's where the Omegas land. So I listened to that, right? And I was like, that was kind of neat. Like that was cute, right? And then I saw in the title the little P1. If you don't know what P1 means, which I doubt you don't, it means part 1. It's part 1 in a series. So I was like, part 1? Does that mean there's a part 2? So I'm like, okay, I'll look for it. And sure enough, there's a part 2. Taking care of your sick Omega werewolf girlfriend. Some shit like that, right? And I listened to it, and I was like, okay, part 2, alright. That went about as well as expected. And I see, oh shit, there's a part 3. And part 3 is going on a date with your Omega Werewolf girlfriend, right? So we've made progress, right? We're continuing. We're going down the saga, right? We're really getting there. And then part 4, because in part 3 you get sick and you vomit in a treehouse. You kind of got to listen to it to get what I'm talking about. You could probably start on any one of them. And probably still glean what's going on. But in part 4, you're waking up, right? Because you got sick, and she takes care of you for a bit, right? And then part 5, you won't know what happens in part 5. Part 5, it takes a fucking turn, dude. Turns out, there's this fucking... I got gross shit on the bottom of my fucking cup. Part 5 takes a turn for the worst, right? They kidnap your fucking Omega Werewolf waifu. They just straight... There's some other werewolf clan called the Moon Clan or some shit, and they just straight up kidnap her. Like, they just fucking grab her and take her, and then they kick the shit out of her, and she almost dies. And I know what you're thinking, well, Sam, if she almost dies, where does it go from there, right? Obviously, you rescue her. And of course, I know what you're thinking. There's only one place you can go from there. And in part 6, you get married. Also, in this one, you have a name. And it's very edgy. It's a very edgy name. I think it's like Sin2, some shit like that. They shortened it to Sin. It's very edgy. But apparently it's like the god of death or something. Someone can fact check me on that. It might be fake, it might be real. I don't know. I'm not going to look it up. This tea's really hot. But you get married in this one. And because of that, I came up with a really good band name. Fucking Werewolf Priest. I know what you're thinking. Isn't that just like Judas Priest or like Powerwolf? And to that I say, yes, but with a lot more theremin. Because I like the theremin. It's a neat instrument. Look up a theremin. If you don't know what a theremin is, look up theremin. Because they're fucking awesome. Hurdy-gurdies too. But so long story short, I came up with that band name after sitting through the saga, and I guess I'm married now. Oh, and if you're wondering why I was on the floor and crawled up, I was in hell. It's really quite pleasant, except for the smell, if you catch my drift. You know, sulfur and all that. But yeah, I'll come back to you guys with the results, right? The last time I watched it, I used like... 2 of them were from, I think her name is Lemon Leaf ASMR, and then the Yandere one I think is from like Vividly ASMR. You can watch those if you want to conduct this experiment yourself. If you want to conduct my first experiment, watch those 3, the ones I mentioned before. You can rewind if you forgot what they were, right? Watch those and conduct my first experiment and tell me how it goes. And then if you want to conduct the second spirit with me, I have 3 new ones lined up, right? Something about snuggling with a bunny girl. That one sounds... I'm using that one first, because that one sounds like it's going to help me sleep, right? Like if you just got, like, cuddles. Because I have a body pillow. There's nothing on my body pillow, by the way. I can go and get it if you want to see. It's just all brown. It's not like a Daki Makura with, like, a pocket pussy in it or nothing. I don't have the money for that. But, there's that one. And then, number 2... What was number 2? Comforting your sad girlfriend. That's number 2. That's the second one, right? That one sounds rather straightforward. Haven't listened to that one yet. I'm trying to use ones I haven't listened to for, like, clarity's sake, because if I've already listened to one, it might get, like, stale and old. So this is going to be, like, a 3-day experiment. And then number 3, after comforting your sad girlfriend, what is it? Oh, this one's about lesbians. Of course it is. You couldn't expect me to say that one of them wasn't. I mean, we're talking about me here. I'm standing here in a fucking... I got my abusive dad clothes on. I got my fucking, my cargo shorts and my wife beater. My scraggly beard. I've been thinking of shaving off the sides and just going for like a goatee look. So maybe I'll try that. Maybe I'll try that and see how it looks. But it's about something like your friend confessing to you that she likes you and you're also a girl. It might be hard for me to get into that one because, like, I'll be the listener and I'm supposed to be a girl, but I'm not a girl, as evidence of I can show my nipples. There it is. I can do that. and I won't get demonetized. I won't get censored. I can show my nips, and also I have a beard. That's short of me being a dwarf woman. That's about a good qualifier that I'm a guy. But yeah, that's about all. This video is 20 minutes long. So thanks if you sat through all of it. Well, I'm gonna go and play For Honor, I guess, because I've been trying to keep up with the daily objectives, and Red Dead. Red Dead's probably still broken right now. Rockstar really needs to get on that. I made a video about it. Like, it's very short. It's like 4 minutes long. It's really dark. About me complaining that you just disconnect every 4 seconds. They fixed that. To their credit, they fixed that. But they did break a lot of other shit. So, I'm not gonna make a video on that. There's like a million on that. You can go and watch like Only PvP Cats video, or like Redbeard Gamer, some shit like that. Fucking Zoomy Fiasco, I think. Or is it Zoomy and then Jimmy Fiasco? Either one of those. Just look it up yourself. Look up like Rockstar broke Red Dead Online, and you'll find what I'm talking about. Yeah, I'm gonna finish my tea. And that's all she wrote. That's this video. That's the video. That's all there is left.